Hey you guys, this is Ashley Osier and I am the posture specialist. Okay you guys, so today we are looking at the feet and I am giving you guys the 5-foot posture basics. So the 5-foot posture basics are just the 5 areas on the feet where we put most of our body weight. And what we want to do is we want to evenly distribute our body weight across each of those points. So in addition to the 5-foot posture basics, we are going to talk about 2 new posture words. And on top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this very practical for you guys, and I'm going to be bringing in your shoes. Let's go all the way through to the end of this video. I want you guys to get a hold of this because the feet are a critical part of your posture. So let's go. Now, our first posture word is postural awareness. Now, postural awareness is really important. You guys have probably heard the phrase, in order to change a habit, you first have to have awareness. So postural awareness is absolutely critical in understanding where we might have postural discrepancies. So postural discrepancies are basically whatever is going on in the body that is not the way that it was created. So if the muscles are created to be straight from joint to joint, and then we posture our body like so, after a while, it is going to stay like that. You guys understand what I'm saying? So then what's going to happen is that our new norm is going to have a postural discrepancy. And we want to be able to get back to the way that that muscle was intended on laying from joint to joint. Okay, so we want to think about this by increasing our postural awareness. And the way that we increase our postural awareness is by taking a look at things like our 5-foot posture basics. So let's take a look at those. We have the front of the foot where the toes are, the back of the foot where the heel is, the inside of the foot, the outside of the foot, midline, in line with the inner point, and then we have a point straight down the middle. At the highest point of the top of the foot, straight down the middle. I want you guys to go get a pair of your shoes right now. Right now, I want you guys to go and get a pair of your shoes. We are going right to the shoe part. Okay, you guys, so this is a pair of shoes for a little girl. You can see that they're just little girl shoes. We're going to start with these. These are our 5 points that we're looking at to see where there might be some discrepancy. So here, what we look at is first we check to see whether or not the pattern that is on the shoe is worn down, okay? And we look to see if there's any scuff marks. We look to see if the rubber itself is kind of worn down more on one side than the other. We look to see if there are any holes in the shoe. And we want to start looking at our youngsters. We need to get our young people involved in increasing their postural awareness. So this is a pair of boys' shoes. The first thing that we see here is this top point. Do you see the wear here as opposed to this side? Do you see how there's less wear through here than right in this area? So you can clearly see where this boy has been distributing his weight. I don't know if his foot was growing, or if one was bigger than the other, or if a leg was shorter than the other. We don't know what was going on with him and his feet, but we just see how he was distributing his body weight. So we see on the inside to the outside here, so there's a little bit more weight distributed here than over on this side. So if we look at the heels, we can see that it is somewhat similar. So he's somewhat even because he's on both sides, both inside and outside of the heel. Here is a pair of men's shoes. We can see he just really wears his shoes out here, right? So let's see what the bottoms look like. Oh dear, look at that. And this is a good pair of shoes. So we're gonna go ahead and start here. Check this out, this is really cool. So you guys, this is a perfect example. So we can see that there is like this cross right here in this shoe, right? But over on this side, it's really worn down. So this person applies most of his body weight on this foot and on the back of this heel. See that? Can you see the difference between the two? That's pretty significant there. So if we continue to work our way forward, we're going to see that he is really hard on the outside of this shoe. So we have the outside of this right shoe, and we come up and we can see he continues to be really hard on the outside of this right shoe. So most of his body weight is on the outside of his right foot. Here, he's probably one of those who rests on his feet on the outside. I don't know if you've seen people who will stand and they'll kind of rotate their feet out. This is him. This is one of those, okay? So we start thinking, you guys getting those seeds planted. I can hear you guys thinking about how you're standing, maybe how you're sitting. Are your feet rolled out? Are your feet rolled in? You guys are obsessing over your shoes, right? So right on the tip here, we've got a little bit of wear. This guy really rests on his right foot. You can see a significant difference between this left shoe and this right shoe, all the way to the tip. Can you see that? If you guys have kids who have fallen arches or excessively flat feet, you guys are going to see this part of the shoe is going to be really, really worn down. Okay, so you see these toes. Where is the weight being distributed on these shoes? So you see through here, more so than on this side. But on here, on this side here, there's much more weight being distributed up on this part of the toe. Again, it could be that this foot is a little bit bigger, could be that this leg is longer. Here we come to those inner and outer points. We see that more weight is being distributed here than here. We have good weight happening in the middle, but more weight is being distributed in the center line of this foot than on this foot. You see that? And then on the outside here, we have more on this left foot being distributed right through here than on this right foot. You guys see that? So you can see quite easily the weight that's being distributed. So this person, I would say that this person has a longer left leg because you have more weight being distributed across this whole shoe, more so than you do on the right hand side. Check these out. So we're going to start here by looking at the pattern on the shoe. So here is the pattern that should be there, but look at this whole area here. Do you see how much of this pattern has been completely worn off? He distributes his body weight throughout this entire area of the shoe. Now he's got a good amount in the center. This is actually, you guys, probably my most ideal. It's not completely worn on the tip of the toe, so that's nice, but it has a good amount of distribution toward the front of the shoe, so that's good. He's got a good amount in the center. That's great. That's actually really, really good through here. He's got a lot of it on the outside here, so I would just be wondering about that. It's got very little on the inside, so I might want just a little bit more balance from inner to outer, just a little bit more. And then we're going to come down here on the heel. So what I would prefer, instead of it being worn so much back here, and it goes all the way to this edge line, I would much rather have it a little bit more up in this area. A little bit more up in this area of the heel. So we need to really think about where we're distributing our body weight. So that's the left foot. Here's the right foot. Now look at that. That's very interesting. We have much less body weight up in here. You see that? Isn't that fascinating? But we have some right here. So that's his big toe. Isn't that cool? That's his big toe right there. So much less on those other toes, much more on the big toe right here on his right foot. He's got a lot of weight distributed right in the center here. He's got less on the outside here and a little bit more on the inside here. So that's actually not bad. I might want a little bit more up in this area, but this is actually not too bad. This is not too bad. Now let's look at the bottom. So here we have this outside heel area. He has a little bit more up in this area, but not so much in the center. So still a little bit more on this outside area and also in the back. You can kind of see how it dips down. You see how that dips down there? So we want to be thinking, where is all of this coming from? Where is this weight distribution coming from? Is it coming just from the feet? Is it coming from the hips? Where is this coming from? We want to think about this, you guys. I will be addressing this in future videos. Let's come back. Okay, you guys, so I know that was a lot of information, but I think that this will be very useful for you in increasing postural awareness and starting to think about where you are distributing your weight, posturally speaking, and how that might be impacting the rest of your body and some of the potential postural discrepancies that you might have throughout your body. If you guys haven't seen my 3-lock mountain video, this is my basic video. This is the best daily exercise and stretch that I think that you guys can be doing every single day, 24/7. You need to check it out up here. Now, if you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure to click on this picture. If you guys haven't seen some of my other videos, you can see one here and another here. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has been a blessing for you, and until next time, happy posturing.